Hi guys, welcome to another video. In this video, you can probably guess what I'm going to talk about. It is the new game from TTCombat called Rumbleslam. It was on Kickstarter, I think, over Christmas 2015 into the start of 2016. It's a fantasy wrestling game. So you have things, you've got your orcs, your orc sort of team, your human team, your undead team, all sorts of stuff. In this box you get two teams. You get an orc team, which is I think two orcs, an orc grappler, an orc brawler, a goblin grappler and goblin brawler, and a troll who is massive. I'll show you him in a bit. And then you get a human team, and the human team, they're called the heavy pounders. The orcs are called the green bruisers. The heavy pounders have got you get a human grappler and brawler, a halfling grappler and brawler, and a ogre, who's sort of your big guy for that team. You also get the rulebook, which I've had a look through already, and it is very well done. It's nicely laid out, lovely diagrams. Rules are really easy to read and understand. You get a bunch of acrylic tokens for various status effects and things, and you get your dice, and the dice come in three different colours. You get copper dice, silver dice, and gold dice, which sort of go up in their what's the word I'm looking for? Go up in how good they are, for want of a better word. And you also get a cheer dice. And a cheer dice is you can try and basically get the crowd to cheer for you by rolling that dice, and it has certain abilities which are on the cards as well. So yeah, nice. You can see the art in the front there. There's a nice sort of just a massive brawl going on. Comes in a nice. The box it comes in is a nice sort of sleeve. All the advertising and things. Slide that off. And then on the inside, we have. Okay, so you have the. These are your acrylic tokens. You get a pack of them. Just pop them out to use. You've got our bag of dice. Hold that up to the camera. You've got your you get them all. Some silver, some copper, and two cheer dice. You got boo, cheer, and I think blank on those. This is the mat, which is a lovely neoprene sort of mouse mat material mat. Four corners. It has, hold that up. It has individual squares sort of marked down on it for the movement, and squares for on the corner for when you're standing on the top rope on the turnbuckle and you want to jump on someone. So that's nice. And then this is the rule book. So nice artwork on the front, sort of like intro sort of guide on the back, what's in the rule book and everything. And then you have like this artwork for the teams, various sponsorship, all the different rules for tag teams, special rules. Some really nice artwork as you go through, and nice visual aids for the rules and things. And again, like I said, having played a game the other night, it's once you played a couple of rounds, it all clicks together really well. The game's actually pretty easy to play, but just it's one of those games that's going to be, there's lots of tactics and sneaky little tricks and stuff you'll be able to learn. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing a lot more of it. Okay, we'll move on to the models. Now the models are all resin. Get the bag open. This is the human team. There. They all come with clear bases, which is a nice touch because it means that you can see the mat through the base. And we've got most of the models are single piece casts. Right, can I hold that up to the camera? You can see that's the ogre. He's a big fella. And yeah, he's got lovely detail on him. Say the sculpts are very well done, very well cast. And we've got, there's our human, I believe that's the human grappler. Let's try and get him up to the camera a bit better. See if we can get the focus on him. Yeah, he's nice as well. And then we've got the, I believe this is the grappler. Could be wrong. They're all typical, like, you know, big burly guys in spandex. You know, you like your spandex, you're in for a treat. And then we get the halflings. Now the halflings are, well, as you'd expect, smaller, a lot smaller. The scale's actually quite funny for these, because it's all sort of, there's no sort of, everything's done to the same scale. Everything's done to a realistic scale as far as fantasy characters go. So the halfling is a tiny little fella. But this is the, I believe that this is the grappler. And there's one grappler, one brawler. One's better at punching people, the other's better at grabbing them and doing leg locks and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, that's the one. And you got the other one, who is, again, focus. He's just kind of pointing, singling somebody out in the other team fight. Okay, and then we've got the orc team. So, these are multi-part. So you've got a bag with all the goblins and things. I'll show you the orc first. So one of the orcs. Again, really nice sculpts, really crisp and clean. Not hardly any flash on any of the models, which is really nice. Again, big guy in spandex. The other orc, this one. Again, really nice sculpt. Crisp details. Very little flashes, a little bit on his elbow and stuff there, but not a lot else. Focus, there we go. Yeah, very nice. And get the goblins out. So the goblins are single piece cast as well. This guy. Remind me to figure out a better way to get these to focus. Yeah, so he's sort of flexing and pointing and probably trying to get the crowd behind him. Nice little ribbons coming off his arm and stuff there. Okay, nice. One thing with these being resin models and this sort of scale, be careful when you're cutting them out, because you don't want to accidentally cut the wrong piece off or break any of the pieces when you do. I'm going to focus. Goblin. Goblins are quite cool. I like the poses. They're very flashy and sort of look at me kind of thing. And then the troll. Now, the troll is humongous. If I get a orc, well, I'll tell you what. I'll put him next to a human. So let's get him in shot. Let's have a look at him first. So. He is massive. Crouched down, and he's got nice sort of like rocky kind of protrusions on his back and everything, like a rock troll or something. And he's needs his other arm attached. Very nice. Now, yeah, if I put him next to a human who's standing up, you'll see, like, I mean, considering he's basically on his knees, he's taller than that human. And if you imagine if he was a model standing up, he'd be absolutely huge. And then we've got his, that's his arm that it goes on. So, let's see. Yeah, so that'll go in like that. Ooh, slippery resin. Yeah, so that goes on there, and he looks like he's about to wallop someone in the face. So he's an absolutely massive model. Looks really good when he's painted up as well. Okay, then what else do you get in the box? You get the cards for the guys, and you get some lovely sort of like quick reference cards. This is an initiative card, so this you pass this back and forth whenever you're playing. So you sort of track who has initiative. The way initiative works, basically, whoever has it nominates the first wrestler to activate in a turn, and then the opponent picks his, and then you roll off on your, I think it's dexterity dice to see, and whoever wins gets to activate first, and you have to activate that guy once you do. So there's a wrestler ability guide card just stating what different things do, basic actions, what they do. Got the more of the wrestler abilities. That's basic action for the other player, and then you've got one for beatdowns. Now, beatdowns happen if you beat someone in an attack, or if you're hitting someone and you beat their defense roll by 4 or more, you start getting bonuses. So 4, you get +1 damage. 5, take 1 plus damage. You can push them back 2 squares, and so on. And then there's also reversals. If you, when defending, beat them by 4 or more, you get to do stuff. So immediately end immediately end their activation. You can even, if you get a 6 or more, the attack that they're trying to do to you hits them instead. So that'd be hilarious if they're jumping off the turnbuckle on you or something, and suddenly they get hit with their own attack. Those are nice, really handy little things. Like when I was playing, we were constantly referencing them and things to keep us straight. Then we move on to the character cards, or wrestler cards. So this is the orc team. I'll give you a little look. You get, so you've got, this is a goblin brawler. You see his attack dice, he rolls 2 copper dice. He's got 1 copper for defense, 1 copper for grapple, 3 copper for dex. So he's not an amazing guy, but he's obviously better at attacking than his defense, and his dexterity is all right, getting to roll 3 dice. And he tells you what his special skills are. So he's got a rope skill called Pin, Missile, Rocket. He's got a turnbuckle skill called Green Eagle, and he's got another ability called Antagonize. Then this shows his health. He's got 4 pips of health, and he takes 4 damage. He goes unconscious. He's got the stars, his action points, so he gets 5 action points in a turn, which is quite good. It's a lot. And he's a movement of 5, so he can move up to 5 squares. There's cost and what Jimmy belongs to in the bottom corner as well. Then on the back, it has the rules for his special abilities and what his crowd pleaser does and everything. And then it goes through the same. So you've got the grappler, he's pretty much the same as in dice as the brawler, except his grapple is 2 copper and his attack's 1 copper. Okay, so moving on, we've got the orc brawler. Now they're obviously bringing the goblins. They roll 2 silver. He rolls 2 silver dice for his attack and 1 copper, because obviously he's bigger and better at fighting basically. He's got defense of 1 silver, 1 copper, and you can see he's got 2 copper for grapple and 2 copper for dex. Again, it lists his abilities, his movement, his action points, his movement, his health, and how much it costs when you're making up a team. He's got, didn't mention the gun, but they've also got a weight. Weight's sort of the size. The size class. I think goblins are 1, orcs are 2, trolls and big things like that are 3. Popularity, that's how many action points it costs when you try and do a crowd pleaser roll. So that'll cost you 2 for him to do one. And throws, how far he can throw something. So he can throw something 4 squares. Again, on the back it's got his abilities and things there. Got the orc grappler, again, pretty much the same as the brawler, except because he's a grappler, his grapple is the better stat than his attack. He has special grapple attack, and those attacks there. Then we've got the troll. Now the troll, being humongous, his weight 3 as you can see, his attack is 1 gold and 2 silver, so he hits like a truck. He's got defense of 1 silver, 2 copper, which is alright. He's got a grapple of 3 silver, so he's pretty good at grabbing you as well, so you need to stay clear of him if you don't want to get chucked out of the ring. And his dexterity, as you can imagine, or to no surprise, is 1 copper, so he's not the quickest of fellas. He's got all his special rules there. And again, he's got 3 action points and he only moves 3 squares, so he's a big slow guy, but he's really strong. Costs in the bottom there for 275k, and again, they're all part of the same casino. And you got his abilities on the back. So that is the orcs. Quick look at the humans. So, humans, we've got the halfling brawler first. Again, similar in stats, sort of like to the goblins, because they're small guys, but they've got pretty good defense with silver dice, pretty good dex with 2 silver dice, so they're hard to catch. We've got abilities there, similar to the goblins again. We've got 5 action points, can move 4 squares. special ability, special moves there. There's crowd pleasers. Now the crowd pleasers are where I think a lot of these tactics are going to start coming in, because things like, I mean, this guy, if he gets his crowd pleaser off, which costs him 1 action point because he's popped 1, he'll start the next turn basically with an extra action point and an extra movement point. So he'll go from movement 4 to 5 and have 6 action points, so give himself a boost. So I find when we were playing the other day that choosing when to try and use your crowd pleasing rolls and stuff can have a big impact on the game. Then we've got the human brawler here. So he's got a 1 silver, 1 bronze attack, +1, so whatever he rolls gets +1 to it. And decent defense and grapple with the silver dice, and not bad dex either. Again, he's got his moves. Decent health, I think, was that 7 health? And 4 action points and 4 move. And his abilities again on the back. Human grappler, same trend. His grapple is basically this better than his attack, so he gets a silver and a copper +1 for his grapple. Other stats are pretty similar to the brawler. He's got a movement of 4 and 4 action points. Again, abilities in the back. We've got the halfling grappler. So again, he's quite small. He's got 5 action points and 4 moves. He's quite small, fast. He's got a grapple of 1 copper +1, so he's going to have a hard time lifting a troll or anything like that. But again, his defense and his dexterity are quite good with the silver dice in there, so it'll be hard to hit and quite nippy. Okay, so we have the ogre here as well. And comparing him to the troll, just for out of interest, see the troll's is better at his attack. Ogre's got better defense, and his grapples as well. It's debatable. His grapples are gold and a silver, and the trolls is 3 silver. So you've got more dice or better dice. What's going to come out on top? He's got slightly better dex. He's got 2 copper instead of 1 for the troll. And then you can see his abilities there. Again, troll. He's got 3. The ogre's got 3 action points and 3 moves, so same as the troll. But he's a bit more expensive. And you got his abilities on the back. There's crowd pleaser. So that's the base. That's the contents of the starter box. You get the orc team, and the human team. It's good value as well, because I think the individual crews are something like £25 retail, and the rulebook's like £10 or something. So you're getting this for about, I think, £45 full retail. So there's a bit of a saving. You get the 2 crews. I highly recommend giving it a go. After my first game, it was a load of fun, and I'm looking forward to playing loads more. So yeah, if you like it, say TTCombat are selling it. I think it's in most local stockists and stuff now. Definitely worth a look at and a go, especially if you're a massive wrestling fan. I mean, even if you're not. I mean, I watched wrestling when I was a kid, back when Jake the Snake and Hulk Hogan and all were about. Wasn't massively into it, but I've even still playing this, really enjoyed it. I even had a friend who's played Blood Bowl ever since it came out, and he even turned around and said after we played a game that he enjoys it more than Blood Bowl, which is high praise coming from him. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be posting up some more videos about the Rumbleslam as we go, looking at some of the different crews, going into some of the rules, how to play and things. So if you like it, please like the video, share it, whichever. If you want to subscribe, feel free. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.